Hello and welcome to the Good Schmidt podcast. My name is Nick. I'm here with these four wonderful guys. Seth Zimdars, Mathias Otten, Andrew Hirsch, and Max. I don't know how to say your last name. No, Max
Schmidt.
The first question.
Noll.
How did this house get the name the Star Killer Base?
Seth, you want to take that one?
Well, you remember Todd, right?
I remember
Marine?
Todd.
So he was very into Star Wars, and you have like systems of you could be apprentice or whatever. It was kind of like his ranking of people. Anyway, since Todd lived here last year, our old house before that was the Death Star, but since we got a new house, we need a new name, so we chose Star Killer Base from the new Star Wars movies.
Gotcha.
Hirsch was a big part of the Empire as well for Todd.
I think the Empire was great. I think it has died down ever since Todd graduated, but
So basically, the Empire was like Todd's kingdom of people. You know, he had a following. It was basically a cult.
Hirsch was Baby Vader.
Oh, wow.
I was Lord Seath. I was a little above Hirsch, if I remember right.
That's pretty wild.
That's pretty important.
Alright, let's see. The next question. What's everyone's year in school and what are you all studying?
Well, I'm a senior, and I'm studying management with an emphasis in sports programs.
I'm a senior and I'm studying accounting. Cattywampus.
I'm Mathias, junior, and I'm looking at studying international business.
Seth here, senior as well, and I'm studying finance.
Nice, very nice.
I think so.
What did you all choose to come to Whitewater?
Well, I chose to come to Whitewater basically because of the proximity to home. So it's about like an hour and a half away. So it's like close enough, to home where I can go home if I, need to pick something up or just go home for a weekend or something. But it's also far enough away, so I feel independent. And I was looking to run cross country. So and Mills said, recruited me, and you could go run cross country here. So that's another big reason why.
Yeah, I'd say the main reason I came here, Mills did an in-house visit with me for cross country 3 times.
Wow.
3 times my senior year. He really wanted to recruit me to take this program to the next level. So I think definitely athletic-related decision to come here.
It was a real hard decision for me too, but I think the reason I chose Whitewater is just, it was the first one that I had a bag, right? 3 schools.
In a bag.
I had a lot of options.
I did.
Like that.
See, I was recruited to, not even for cross country or track. I was recruited for soccer. I was just between 3 schools. Put my
Would you describe it as a cookie jar?
I put my hand 3 times the cookie jar. Whitewater. I had Whitewater was the one.
Signed the letter of commitment.
Exactly. So, yeah, Whitewater. Whitewater though. And it's good price. Great business school.
For sure.
I knew people like Hirsch were here, so that's why I came here to see people like Hirsch, and obviously Seth and Max. But great guys.
Helped on their crew visit. And then for me, mostly for the school, great business school, good program. I could also run cross country here. Mills didn't really recruit me because I was a little under the radar. Kind of a hidden gem he found out in the, kind of up there mining for days and days out in the river. And you never know what you're gonna get with the river. And then he started sifting, and all of a sudden a big old diamond came through. So proud of that one.
There's Seth Zimdars.
All right. The next question here is for you, Mathias. I wanted to ask you about your soccer career.
All right, yeah. So I played soccer in high school. I played 12 months out of the year. I was even just from 7th grade to end of high school. I wasn't really a runner. Then I just loved to play soccer. Always been a big soccer fan. It wasn't until my sophomore year of high school until I joined track to keep. The reason I really joined track was to stay in shape for soccer season, and then by junior year I was starting to get good at track. It's I kind of like this now, and then I just kept running, and then senior year came around, had a good senior year for track, but yeah, big soccer fan, and I love soccer, still do. It's just as I continued going through soccer and track, I think I found a love and joy for track that I wanted to continue it more, because I only did track for 3 years in
Oh,
high school.
yeah.
I was like, I want to continue it. So.
Nice.
You still play
Yeah.
FIFA and stuff.
And
obviously,
obviously,
I used to play FIFA.
for the record, I've never lost FIFA in this house, so you know.
It cheats.
What's your favorite team, Mathias?
FC Barcelona, no doubt.
Oh, there you go.
FC Barcelona.
And then, as far as like cross country goes, did Mills convince you to do cross?
Yeah, so when I first talked to Mills, I said I wanted to do track.
Yeah, of
And
course.
he looked at me and he's like, well, if you don't want to do track, you have to do cross country, or at least try out for cross country. So I had to try out for cross country. Did a lot of training over that summer. Made the team. But I love cross country. Love it so much, and love track as well. So that's great.
All right, awesome. This next question is for both you, Seth, and you, Hirsch. I was gonna ask you about ask you if you had any stories you wanted to share about past teammates.
Ooh. A couple good ones, you know.
Yeah.
Obviously, we love Braden here.
Oh,
We're
yes.
a
Yes.
Braden Michael household.
Braden
here.
Michael household. Supposed to live with us this year, but kind of bailed last second. But it's pretty well still. I'd say stories about Braden that I like. Give me a minute here. He was really big into soccer as well, as you know, so it was always fun. He always
He
getting to
was.
come out and play soccer. I think he might be better than Mathias if I've ever played him.
That would be debatable.
We could arrange something sometime.
Yeah.
Interesting, but yeah.
Yeah,
I believe beating him in hash the last year. And
Ash is pretty big. Man.
I mean, I don't think Braden was first team all conference unanimous.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think my favorite part about Braden was definitely when he talked to me about the Nixon presidency and how Nixon was misunderstood. I think just seeing that kind of contribution to him and just our program.
He was weirdly a big Nixon guy, honestly.
He was a huge Nixon
Like, you wouldn't
guy.
think about it, but he actually talked about Nixon. No, he talked about Nixon a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like...
Honestly, like the scandal, like you'll see stuff on the news about it, and you'll like
He
they'll
still
try
brings
and
it up.
convince you
He
that
brought it up last night.
Yeah, he always played it up last night.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
It's just any opportunity. Anytime someone talks about like anything president related, he's just like, well, you know, Nixon.
was
Especially these
misunderstood.
days with like the whole impeachment thing. He's just,
Oh, I'm sure he's
Constantly
all over
going
that.
on.
Well, he should never have been impeached, though. He shouldn't have.
It's
Ridiculous.
resigned.
No, it's ridiculous. You know.
He resigned so he wouldn't get impeached.
Well, yeah, he would have been impeached,
Right.
which is stupid.
Yeah.
he's
no way.
been talking to Braden
Yeah.
too much.
He shouldn't have been. You know.
He made the smart move. He got out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's just this
Save some
political
Yeah.
world now. You know, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really a swamp, isn't it?
Oh,
yeah.
You're telling me that.
Got trained.
To me, our political landscape is like Saturday Night Live. I watch Saturday Night Live, and it seems like real life.
Not that far off.
Yeah.
They do a good job of kind of, portraying.
I like-
what
They
it's
do a
like,
great
you
job.
know?
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
I love Will Ferrell portraying George Bush. One of my
That's
favorites.
funny. That's
Remember that?
funny.
Oh yes, I do.
He's a very good Bush impersonator.
I like Alec Baldwin as Trump. I was
Alec
gonna kick out of.
Baldwin's pretty good.
I-
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let me think. Anything else about?
Anything
It's about
else?
Braden, but there's so many
No.
more.
Oh, I've got-
Todd.
What did
Well, I'm sure
Todd?
there's some
Todd.
Todd.
a character. Yeah.
Did we tell you about sophomore year? Slither was just played all the time. You know that game? Slither.io on computer.
Oh yes.
Todd would come home and he'd play it for like 4 or 5 hours on end. He'd just like grind his way up to number 1. Sometimes he'd be like 70,000 points. It was,
Yeah.
He was
He's
good.
really
He was
good at
actually.
Slither.
Yeah, he was actually really
he'd
good.
like consistently rise up to the top of the board like within like 20 minutes.
Fun fact: back in the day, our assistant coach Dawson Miller would actually hop
Oh,
on
nice.
Slither servers with us.
Yeah, we'd all get on Slither together.
Oh,
It was
wow.
actually a good thing. It was like the whole team would all be playing
Yeah, I
Slither.
think that was like the team bonding. Like
It was.
back in the
It
day.
was.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it was a great team.
Yeah, so you
bonding.
could get high, and you try and obviously like try and like wreck each other's snakes. So it was fun.
Every once in a while, you're in like the same server with each other, and you're trying to sabotage. And it's always
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, onomatopoeia.
Yeah, funny Dawson story too. Now you mentioned that. It was at the Stevens Point meet a couple years back. Dawson was telling me about how it was like track meet indoor, and this guy's trying to qualify for nationals. Really good runner, and he's like going, he's like easily gonna qualify, and then some person walks in front of the track, and he just takes her out, and he's like down for like the time, and he doesn't make it because his time's so slow. But the Stevens Point coach Rick Witt was just on the microphone following the person who walked on the track, following her around, just like, I hope you're happy with what you've done here. You ruined this man's chance to be an All-American. Do you know the impact? And just following her
Is he
around.
still a coach?
He is still the
He
coach.
is.
I know, every time you go there, you always see, like, he's always, like, on the microphone before meets, remember, watch the track when they're in racing session. Don't cross. It's so funny.
I haven't heard that story.
Yeah, it's a good story that Dawson told me.
I think another person, not necessarily an alumni here, Derek Rubis. I'd love to give a shout out to
Derek
the
Rubis.
hub of
Oh,
running.
Absolutely.
He actually just friend requested me on Facebook.
Oh, nice, dude.
He's probably following you on regionals. Popped off.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, big fan. I think we're all a big fan.
Absolutely.
There's,
Yeah, I'm a
everyone
fan
has
of
a special
I'm a fan
place
of
in his heart
Rubis.
for
He
him.
loves Whitewater.
Everyone's had a special encounter with Rubis at some point, whether you want it or not.
Dawson was a big influence on him because I
What does he
remember-
like put a face on all of his pictures?
Oh,
Face in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That
Let's
is-
have to break.
I don't think any of us. It hasn't happened to any of us. I don't think. Seth, has it happened to you?
It might have for a camp photo once.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. Briefly, to hold everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Brett a couple of times.
Dawson.
Jonah,
Brayden got a
these
few.
months of Brayden.
Alec. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, next question. So outside of like school and running, what hobbies do you guys have?
Seth, you want to start?
I love watching football, obviously. Red Zone,
Oh,
big
yeah.
fan of it. It's just like the best way to watch football. You get 7 straight hours, no commercials. They put up to 8 games on your screen at one time with the Octobox, which I love.
That's
Favorite box is Octobox by far. And then I just love watching it. It's all action. You get all the hits in. So like,
Do you pay for it like monthly or is it yearly?
kind of pirate it right now.
That's the way to do it.
Legal ways. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You allegedly pirated it, okay.
Yes.
That's
Gotcha.
one of my hobbies. Another big one I like doing is Let's think. What was it I always do? All right, you guys go. I'll come back to me.
All right.
Okay.
So one thing I'm a big fan of is Bigfoot. I'm a big Bigfoot. I like follow him and I try to track him as
You
best
watch
as
his
I
Finding
can.
Bigfoot all
Oh
really?
my God! Yeah,
Yeah.
big
They never
Bigfoot
seem to
fan.
find him.
Oh, hey,
It's
they've come
annoying.
close. They've come close a
Really?
lot of
Houses,
times.
prints.
Oh yeah.
Bigfoot shacks.
Like I go on websites, I go and see like where like last place Bigfoot was like seen or checked in, like Bigfoot sightings from across the nation, and I do my best really to do some research and prove to these guys and everyone that Bigfoot is in fact alive and in the woods
True.
of United States.
So are you like a believer in like the Bigfoot conspiracies?
Oh, I mean,
Wait, conspiracy or I don't think it's
Conspiracies.
and it's not a
Yeah.
conspiracy.
Max
Not a
knows.
conspiracy?
Max
No.
told me he knows that it's like in Colorado area, like up in the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Oh,
nobody's
yeah.
out there. It's just
Yep.
like Max
Yeah.
got the map all drawn out.
It's got.
crazy.
Oh, I should have brought it, but it's,
Yeah.
it's at my house in
Port.
Port. Yeah, but I have like a big
Oh.
map just of like all like the points that Bigfoot has been
You've done
seen.
your research.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah,
awesome.
I'm a big Bigfoot enthusiast. It's not conspiracies. He's real. He is real and alive in the United States.
Yeah, he's in like an 80-mile radius.
I always thought
Yeah.
Bigfoot was a myth, but I haven't done my research on
No,
it, so I
you
don't
gotta
check it
know.
out.
You gotta do your research,
It's-
man.
yeah.
You gotta do your research.
I was a big doubter too.
Yeah.
One of the main things that people say is, okay, well, there are Bigfoots. How come they haven't found any bones of them? But actually, what Bigfoots do is there's more than one Bigfoot. There's more than one. How do you
Really?
Yeah, they keep it living
Huh.
and they reproduce, and they're a species in the United States. But when a Bigfoot dies, actually the family will dig a grave for him and dig like the bones in the body and actually bury it. It's like Bigfoots; they kind of don't
So
want to
they
be
actually
found.
reproduce?
Yeah,
Really?
they
Oh,
do. They're
they're a
they're a
species?
male, they're a female. Yeah, there are.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, Schmidt, you got to do
Big
your
hobby.
research.
Big hobby.
I'd say one of the big things for me is generating clout on campus.
Alright.
I think recently with a lot of talk about Epstein these days.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You just put it out there, you get clout.
And it's just like clout. So yeah, generating clout on campus, I would say, is like a hobby of mine.
Yeah.
Actually, could you elaborate a little bit more, like through Epstein?
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused on this one here.
I'm a little bit confused too.
Confused. So Epstein didn't kill himself.
He did, first of all.
No,
It's pretty simple.
no.
So,
Schmidt, what do you think? What do you think about Epstein?
Yeah, you think he killed himself?
I don't really know if he did. I'm not really so sure if he did.
I think he was just allowed to kill himself when he wasn't supposed to. It's very simple. He killed himself, but he wasn't supposed to.
I think I have to side with Seth on this one. He makes some good
Uh-huh.
points.
And then, see, now when I say stuff like this, I straight up suck the clout out of her.
This is what we're talking about.
I get big clout. I get some big clout.
Hirsch
The
started
clout.
the clout, you know?
Started
so
the clout.
he started,
I'm like a clout troll out here. I just like come in, like know him around.
Like I make up the clout, and then Seth just steals it from me.
Oh yeah, Jim's
It's like-
You're stealing your thunder.
Jim's
I
my-
generate
or,
it.
Hirsch is my clout goblin. Alright?
Oh, God.
He's like, I lock him away in a basement, and he like paints these beautiful pictures that I then take and I bring up to the surface level and I sell. No one sees Hirsch. He's just down below making this clout for me. And I take it up, I reproduce it out in the world, and like everybody's like, "Oh, Seth, that's amazing." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're welcome." Like, I tell him you're
So
welcome.
you just sort of like feed off of each other's clout.
You're welcome.
No. Hirsch gets none of the clout.
It's none of it.
Hirsch stays buried.
I generate it.
goblin
I
basement.
generate it for
Like-
Seth.
Like a little miner or something.
Oh.
Like he's like in the mine, and I take the train, and I trolley it up, and then I
Like,
take the cloud out.
Kind of an example, like reference to this. Like if you ever seen Rick and Morty, just how they have that one society just to power a car. That's
yeah.
essentially me. I'm that society. My life means nothing.
Meaningless. It's my servant.
So yes, that is Hirsch's hobby.
Honestly, it does generate my clout.
Let's see. All right, next question.
Wait, Matthias, what's your
yeah,
hobby?
so-
Oh wait, no, you're not.
So yeah, my hobbies, you know, aside from just playing soccer, I like to just sit in my room and watch conspiracy videos on YouTube. You know, so yeah.
What's one of the
What,
big
what
ones?
kind of conspiracies?
Obviously 9/11. Big one.
Oh,
Hey, what about Paul McCartney is dead? I actually gave a speech on that. I gave a speech on that, persuasive speech. No, it's actually real, guy. All right. We guys haven't been doctored yet. I can explain it. You know, Paul McCartney died in the car accident, and they had that look-alike contest. He wasn't seen for like 2 years, and then the guy came back in, and there are all these like signs about it, pointing to it. Like you play some of the records backwards, and you'll hear him say stuff like, "Paul is a dead man. Paul is a dead man." You know, I'll have to give the presentation entirely, but there's like album art. I'm dead serious on this one. This is one I get passionate about. Ben Moss actually showed me this.
Oh,
Shout another one, man. Ben Moss.
Shout out Ben.
that's
Honestly.
bad. I just thought of it. Do you ever watch like conspiracy videos on Steve from Blue's Clues?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we love
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. I mean.
Oh, Hoyers and Plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he got busted for marijuana possession.
Yeah. I think cocaine, heroin,
And
as
cocaine
well.
maybe as
Yeah.
well.
I've heard about that.
What about one of the big ones is the Mandela effect. You ever hear about that one?
I think so.
It's where like you remember things differently than they actually are. Like a lot of people remember Mandela dying like 20 years ago or something. Or he died like in 2015, I think it was.
Yeah, it was 2015.
Or another big one is
Well,
like,
Hitler's off in Argentina right now.
Argentina.
Tupac.
Is he
too.
stealing paintings?
Tupac is actually alive.
Tupac is alive. Tupac is alive and well.
Chewbacca is
Well,
immortal, pretty much.
Yeah.
Juice WRLD is still alive, no doubt in my mind. No doubt.
Insane, man.
Yeah.
Some of us are still feeling it.
Yeah, sadly had a seizure.
Yeah. Anyway, Mandela effect. Back to that one. So like, you remember like the Berenstain Bears?
Oh.
Yes.
It's actually pronounced Berenstain Bears, but nobody remembers that. And like, there's old VCR tapes that say Berenstain Bears, but then some say Stain. It's weird.
We haven't talked about
So
that
like
one
the
before.
producers must have made a mistake.
Or you know, Sex and the City.
Oh yeah, I think I've heard of it.
It's actually called Sex and the City.
Yeah.
And everybody
Oh, I
says
did know that one.
No, that actually gets people.
Yeah.
to do it.
I think I did know that actually.
And then the Star Wars, like, what does Darth Vader say to Luke? Like, his famous line.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
Oh,
Luke.
like I'm your father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah,
says
yeah,
Luke,
yeah.
I am your father, but it's no, I am your father. He doesn't say Luke at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everybody just remembers it differently, and that's why people think it might be like different dimensions shifting together.
Oh.
It's actually pretty complicated because like scientists have proven there's 13 dimensions at least. So I mean they like
wouldn't necessarily be
overlap.
on Earth, but I can see
Yeah.
that.
yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Mathias is big on that. Any other big ones you know?
And there's like, you know, FDR ones I like. There's. No.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure there's probably like conspiracies about the fact that like the American people like didn't know that he like couldn't walk, like he was in a wheelchair because he had polio.
Yep.
Yep.
I've heard this crazy one lately. Matthias keeps talking about how Obama's not like a U.S. citizen.
Oh, I've
that's
heard-
right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've heard that
Yeah.
before. I've heard that's an old one.
Matthias loves that one. I don't know why. He's like, he has some documents like he showed me like these smudges on like his birth certificate or something that he thinks mean they're like.
So he's from Africa, is what
He
they're
thinks
trying to argue.
they doctored him, like the birth certificate.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get into any fights. You know, Seth and I have been to some. It's not the most friendliest discussion sometimes.
They got real heated a couple nights ago.
So I mean, this is kind of a more not as much as a you shouldn't fight on this stage. So you should just keep this more calm.
Yeah.
Okay. He's pretty cool.
Okay. We ready to move on to the next question?
Yeah, sure.
I'm thinking about hobbies. Actually, no, yeah,
Not
come
yet.
back.
Wait, no, I have another hobby.
You have another
Obviously,
one,
hash.
Oh,
I play.
hash.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I'm ready.
Now you're ready. Okay.
I do a lot of
So
gum
it's-
chewing hobbies. Like,
Yeah.
I like blowing bubbles, and like I can get like really big bubbles. Like, I get the double bubble chew, like the big baseball chew
Oh,
that's meant
yeah.
for blowing bubbles, and it's like you can get pretty intense with it. Like,
No, I
you guys all think it's stupid,
No,
but
see,
like, no, I get like
It's
like,
true. Because I live right next
Yeah.
to Seth. Seth is in the basement. You live right
They
next to
think
each
it's
other.
dumb.
That is
But,
hilarious.
I'll come
Yeah.
into Seth's room and just like say what's up. And, like he'll have this huge bubble. Like he's like touching the walls.
Oh,
It's like,
wow.
That's
amazing.
But like I always like I can't like call Hirsch down to see it because like I've got the ball in my mouth.
Yeah.
So like Hirsch never sees it.
I've
but
never
Matthias
seen it.
just
Oh, I see it all the time, 'cause I'm right over
Matthias,
there,
yeah. Like Matthias, I'll like stand up because like, if I move too much, it's gonna pop because like
Yeah.
it gets very
and
thick.
like sometimes you're like, and I can just hear them. Like,
Yeah.
They can't like
One
talk or
time-
anything, and I can hear them in my room.
One time,
And
one
Oh,
time
you
actually,
doing
though-
laundry?
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say, one time though, I was sitting here like I was like in the bed. So a lot of times we hang out here.
Yeah.
This is our living room, and Seth was just playing video games, starting to chew some gum. And all of a sudden he starts blowing up this bubble. I'm
That is
sitting here.
really
I'm just
kinda
sitting here
like-
on my phone. I didn't even realize it. And all of a sudden, like my phone gets pressed against my face, and I'm like pushing against the wall in
That
the
is
corner.
wild.
I'm like starting to go inside the bubble because it's so big, but it ends up popping. But that was ridiculous.
When I play video games, I get pretty into chewing. Sometimes I don't even like realize, and I've got like it starts like coming up, and like I'm like not like I play on my computer. I'm like not able to see over it. I'm like and then like I pop it because I got wind.
He'll go through like just straight like what's that gum
Double
called?
bubble.
Yeah, yeah.
Double bubble.
He'll go through just a whole bunch of those.
That's why my jawline's actually gotten better lately. Chewing a lot of gum. Anyway, that's my little hobby.
That's one I haven't heard of before.
It's like a competitive scene for it too. I'm not that good though. Like you should
No,
look,
I
up,
mean-
look up the videos. Look up the videos. Those people are pros.
I keep on telling you should try out.
Well, there's a reason why they get paid and not me, man.
Yeah, but doesn't hurt to try, you know.
I got maybe one day.
Okay, next
Alright.
question. What movies do you guys like to watch?
Well, I'll start. My favorite movie all the time, La La Land. There's a
there
poster
you go.
right there. I have also another big one. Big Quentin Tarantino fan. So so like I can't think. Oh, Pulp Fiction. My
Oh,
favorite
yeah,
Quentin
good
Tarantino movie. Also like a couple weird ones like Frozen, Moana. Big Moana fan.
Well, that's
I can
not
sing-
weird. I've hit Moana. Like, a lot of people like
yeah,
Moana.
I can sing the entire "You're Welcome" song. Playing Rock Johnson, great actor too.
I'm a big fan of what are they called? Like movies that are independent. I'm a big fan
independent
of
films?
independent
Yeah,
films. Yeah.
independent
So one of my
same
favorite
movies,
ones
yeah.
is The Room.
My favorite too. My
That,
favorite.
that's a great movie. Like so,
Yeah, I've seen
like the first week we moved in, we we all just gathered upstairs in the living room and just watched The Room. It's a fantastic independent film.
Check it out.
It's really done really really
Yeah,
well.
I've seen The Room before.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Great movie. Great movie.
Also,
So there's one line I remember from that movie. Lisa, you're tearing me apart. And then there's the sex scenes at the beginning.
Oh.
Yeah, we had to. Yeah, you
Oh,
know.
hi, Mom.
Oh, what were you gonna say, Seth?
oh, I was gonna say A Star Is Born, a Christmas story that features
Lady Gaga.
no. It is like an independent film. Like my friends are like really big into like filming. One of them's actually a film major, and he goes to Dartmouth. Dartmouth.
Oh yeah, Dartmouth
Dartmoor.
College.
Dartmoor. That's right. I always pronounce it wrong. He's going for film, and he's like produced a couple big things. So if you want to see a good one, check out his latest one was called I think Cars. No, it was like something about car. I think I'd have to look it up for you. It might be Cars Driving Fast. Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah, it's actually a really good one.
I like
Chasing.
I like
Cousins would
Robots.
probably like
Robots.
that.
is a great
Robots,
movie.
yeah.
I like Robots. Robots is a great movie.
yeah.
Big World's
Big World might be my favorite character in any of all time.
I was gonna
Any
say,
movie.
yeah, Big World's like a top 5 character of all time in
Or
any
the little
movie.
bot guy. You know.
Oh
Another good movie is Hot Rod.
Hot Rod's
Oh,
a fantastic movie. Hot Rod's
great
hilarious.
Hot Rod.
No, I haven't.
Andy
Oh.
Samberg.
Yeah,
Very
it's
good.
hilarious.
There's a
Sandberg is
rumor going
funny.
around that he's coming to Whitewater next year.
Yeah.
Andy Sandberg?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome,
Yeah.
right?
That's so awesome.
We're trying to get him here, so.
Yeah, Hot Rod. Wow, that is a. I haven't seen that movie in
Great movie.
forever.
Kevbot.
That is a
Oh,
great
Kevbot.
movie.
Remember Kevbot?
Oh, I don't know.
Kevbot.
Obviously, Step Brothers, like Will Ferrell movies. Those are all
Oh,
fantastic
yes, for
movies.
sure.
High School
Yeah.
Musicals.
High School
High School Musicals are actually great.
But
films.
High School Musical, the musical,
Oh,
a series.
We've
so-
all actually started watching as like a house, a High School Musical, the series.
Series.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus, if you guys
Yeah.
want to check it out.
Oh,
It's
there's a
actually not too
series.
bad.
We're
Oh,
like
yeah.
3 episodes in so far.
So
Really good.
good.
It's hard to get a time where we're all together.
Yeah, the four of us, and usually like if Jay and Sam are over, we'll throw the
Yeah.
episodes on. We actually get really hyped
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah,
It's
when-
actually intense.
Sam's a big fan of it.
Yeah,
Time just flies when we're together, you know.
It
just
honestly
flies.
does.
I just
I was
Yeah.
watching High
The
School
concept
Musical
of time
once,
is
and my
just
sister was throwing
goes
up,
away.
so that like kind of dampened the movie for me.
Oh,
the first
really?
one?
The second one.
Second one,
Those
honestly,
movies are so cheesy.
second one's
That's what I think
okay.
of them.
I
The
like
second
it.
one I didn't like.
The first one's good though. Third
First
one's
one's kind of
third one's
alright.
straight trash. Second one's decent. First one amazing.
Yeah.
Like should have
Obviously.
gotten some awards.
Mhm.
Zac Efron, great actor by the way.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's
That's
in
the
some good
High School
movies
Musical.
now.
Yeah, he's in like more like mature ones too. It's kind of
Mhm.
interesting to see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his acting career has really taken off from a High School
Zac
Musical.
Efron was in Band of Brothers, I think.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
He was in
Seen
Greatest
it,
Showman,
though.
right?
Yeah, Great
Yeah.
Showman.
Greatest Showman, also
Yes.
very good
Still a
movie.
good
That's
singer.
a
Still a
great
good
movie.
singer.
He's still
Yeah,
got
he's
pipes.
still a good singer.
Yep. Yeah, so I mean, I actually do like musicals. Like I say, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, Family Opera, great movie.
Yep. Well, actually, there's a musical.
Have you seen The Greatest Showman?
Yes, I
I
have.
haven't.
You have? You
You should watch it.
Yeah.
Good movie.
I know the song. There's like two of the songs
two of
from it.
them? Yeah, it's a good soundtrack. Spotify told me my 2018 rewind. I had 2 Greatest Showman songs up there.
You like to listen to the La La Land
The
soundtrack
sound,
That was
too.
music,
number
the sound
one.
Yeah.
music is great too.
Sound of Music?
Sound of Music,
Yeah.
a classic,
Classic.
classic.
Great movie.
Julie Andrews, fantastic.
The
Mary
South
Poppins.
Pacific. Yeah, you see
What's that one?
Yeah.
It's like a Hawaiian, kind of Pearl Harbor themed. Yeah, it's no, it's.
No, don't get into Pearl
It's a
Harbor.
musical. Fridays tell me it's not real.
I know I never said that.
Anyway, yeah, so it's a good musical. You should check it out. Old, my parents used to make us watch it on VCR.
Oh, I love VCR tapes.
VCR big, coming back.
It's a good time to
Yeah,
invest.
I used to watch VCR tapes a lot as a kid.
Honestly,
Yeah.
kind of higher quality. It's kind of like like the old 8-track records are coming back because the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
VCR is actually people like the rewind.
I love like
There's
the
actually
manual
I
box.
still actually have VCR tapes.
When you
in my
manual
house.
rewind and you can hear it go back, the tape go
Yeah.
back.
People like it, the nostalgia.
Nothing was worse than going to the library and checking out a VCR tape and the person didn't
Didn't
rewind
rewind
it.
it.
So you had to
Oh,
sit there
I
and
remember,
wind
yeah,
it
my mom always
yourself.
made us make sure we always had rewind it once we
Mhm.
finished it.
Absolutely.
Every time, yeah.
Common courtesy.
I
But some
remember
people
watching.
just
There was
don't
a series called like There Goza, and they had like a police car, a dozer. It
Oh,
was interesting.
Mm,
I used to like watching Mike Mulligan's Steam Shovel.
Oh my Mulligan.
Nice.
That's
Another
what
one's
I'm
I've
saying.
never heard of
Mike
Mike
Mulligan.
Mike! Tell him about Mikey Slice Life, he says. That's what he calls him.
Oh yeah.
Mikey Slice Life. I
And
like
Thomas. I used to watch I watched like all the Thomas
Oh, yeah.
movies.
Oh, you're a big Thomas guy?
I was a big
I
Thomas
was a
guy.
huge
Thomas.
Thomas guy growing up.
Yeah.
I had like the wooden tracks and
Oh,
I made
same.
tracks.
Yeah, I had the
all
tracks too.
up, so I was upstairs in my house at home, and I would build tracks like going up the stairs, down the hall, in my room, across my bed. Like I had so many tracks, it was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
I actually built like a loop once for him.
Yeah, I remember one time like we would have like my brothers and I would have our own tracks, and we would kind of like purposely destroy each other's tracks.
Oh, yeah.
Like, just like kill them.
Dude,
Me
I
and
would,
my-
yeah, go ahead.
like
me and my
what?
neighbors,
Battleground.
me and my neighbors would actually do it like kind of like in the street, like between like our like houses and everything, like so in like the front yard, like just all railroad tracks, like, and it was crazy, like it was so cool, like people would stop and take pictures, like in our
That is
neighborhood.
cool.
Yeah, it was really fun, honestly. That was like probably the best part of my childhood.
Josh.
Alright, next question. What music do you guys listen to?
I like classical music. That's probably my main go-to.
Good for
Yeah.
study.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Love
yeah,
for
it is.
starting. A lot of great songs. I like to listen to like Alleluia La Damas Te. Great song.
Bach or Beethoven?
Bach.
Bach.
I'm a big Bach guy.
Beethoven's they go.
Yeah.
A little dispute going on.
I like Tchaikovsky's music.
Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
That's you don't hear often.
I've seen Johann Sebastian Bach's tomb in Germany.
Oh,
So yeah,
I like Bach too.
Yeah.
Bach's pretty
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I'll actually lay down my. I'm actually curious to hear your guys' top 5 Spotify artists.